How's it going, guys? Hope you're well. Since the US elections is tomorrow, as I'm recording it right now, and I want to do a prediction video. And regardless of how many views or whoever watches this is just more for my personal reference because I'm really interested to see how accurate I get it. And I'm gonna do it in three stages, like worst case scenario, average, and then like best case scenario, right? But before I do get into my predictions, if we call everyone calls it the election, but I like to call it the selection. And if anyone's awake, you must it doesn't matter who you elect, right? Nothing gets changed. Like they don't have the final say. And if you believe that the politicians are really running things, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you'll be sadly mistaken. Look up Agenda 30, World Economic Forum, the IMF, like just go into BitChute, Rumble, all these censorship-free platforms, and you'll better find a bunch of information. But yeah, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But let's start with prediction. Prediction one. How I see it going. This is probably the worst case scenario, right? Kamala wins just enough to win the vote, right? And I see the Republicans getting super upset, and like in 2020, the last elections, they're going to claim that it's an election fraud because it was so close. And the reason why I think this is probably the worst case scenario is, we know that the far right Republicans love their guns and they believe this is the last chance. Like they believe like Trump's their savior, that they can really push back on this woke agenda. And yeah, I can honestly see that this will be the starting point of a civil war in America. I don't know if it'll happen straight away. My guess is probably in 6 to 12 months, we'll see something pop off in America. Maybe another terrorist attack that's also good to instigate it. But that's my prediction with that worst case scenario. Kamala just wins. Second scenario is Trump wins, but he only just wins, and that will kind of be on the opposite side, where the left, I reckon, will then complain that there's been fraud, tampering, and whatever excuse they want to bring up, and they will be the ones who go on the streets and riot and complain and be all over the media, because most of the media is run by Democrats. And you'll see Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all these woke movements that are pushed by George Soros. They're going to come out in force, and that's going to get messy as well. And it'll be interesting what the Republicans do in that case. But yeah, not as bad, but I still reckon that's going to be a bad scenario. And my last prediction is Trump wins by a landslide. And the reason why I think this is the best case scenario is because then the Democrats really can't complain about who's in prison, because the majority of the public in America have put him in, right? And that will keep the Republic, all these like real Americans staunch into their guns are going to keep them happy. They're going to believe that Trump's going to turn everything around. And I also believe that will give a boost in the stock and crypto market. We'll see a temporary lift up in prices. That's something I mentioned with the Kamala. I see a bit of a downside if she gets in, because she's trying to tax unrealized gains, which is it's pretty big disadvantage for anyone who's got money investing or in business and doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, Trump gets in, wins by a landslide. That can be good in the short term for the economy, but on the long term, how that's going to play out. So if you're new here, this is a Christian-based channel, and I haven't mentioned it too much on my channel yet, but the Bible talks about a Christian, or so-called Christian movement, I guess you call it, brings in the mark of the beast. And I believe Donald Trump and his kind of conservative, like evangelical Christians are going to start bringing in these religious laws that go against the Bible. So I won't go too much in that, but if this is completely new information to you, I highly suggest subscribing, and I will definitely do some more talks about this particular topic. And what else? So I'm just adding this in. I just remembered that, logically speaking, if you compare like the speakers that Kamala's brought in compared to Donald Trump and his campaigns and the social media and stuff, like him going on Joe Rogan, and not just him campaigning, but I'm seeing a lot of Trump's team as well, like JFK Jr., the vice president, whatever his name is, Elon Musk. Like a lot of these big supporters are getting on big platforms like Joe Rogan and getting like millions and millions of views. And I'm just not seeing that from Kamala. I could honestly, everyone who's endorsing her went to the Diddy parties. I'm not even joking. So logically speaking, I would like to think that Trump does win by a landslide because of this, but we know that's not how these elections happen, right? So just wanted to add that in there. Yeah, so when Donald Trump gets in, I definitely reckon there will be this short period of prosperity. So the economy will go back up, jobs will get back up, but I think that's going to be short-lived. But we'll see what happens with that. Now, out of these three scenarios, what do I personally believe is going to happen? I honestly think the middle tier, option 2, is most likely going to happen. Trump is just going to win. Now, the reason why I think that's going to happen is because the powers that be, I believe they still want to create the illusion that the country is divided. Like, so if Donald Trump wins by a majority, then that's going to make it seem that people are starting to unite. So I think that will probably happen, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kamala gets in, because looking at it from a Christian's perspective, from a spiritual perspective, we can see that there's really a big push for women to be leaders, to be running businesses, this whole boss babe agenda, this feminist culture is really pushing women to be in the workplace. And so I wouldn't be surprised if that Jezebel spirit is put as the head of America, because it contradicts the Bible, right? Like, men are meant to be the leaders, and the women like the supporting role. So who knows? But that's just my just spitting out some ideas. Drop in the comments. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Either way, whoever gets in, it's business as usual, right? They're still following they're still following the rules that they're being told, right? Let's say it like that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video, and we'll see what happens tomorrow after the elections. All right, God bless. See ya.